On today's episode, I'm going to give you a bit of an insight in how I achieve being able to measure things while I'm blind.
Welcome to Green is Nice YouTube channel. In this series we will be delving a little bit deeper into the HZ GTS named Lucy.
I've lost 95% of vision, maintaining 5. So firstly, in front of me here, I've got a set of digital calipers. Average person can read the calipers at quite a big display. I can't. The next step is there are Wi-Fi set up. The Wi-Fi transmits to an Android phone. I was able to find an app, which is a keyboard app. The keyboard app then displays the numbers from the Wi-Fi signal off the calipers onto the screen of the phone. I can also go to an iPad or an Android tablet, which makes it big enough. When a number gets to about sort of 3 inches, 75mm high, I can start to make it out. Sometimes I can't. The second thing is I've actually set my wireless to go microphone up right beside the phone here. So if I do a test, it not only shows up on the screen, so
all text deleted.
It said all text deleted, so I'll resend it.
All text deleted.
And if I touch the screen,
edit box 0.00, double tap to edit.
So it says 0.00. So now we'll just pick something to measure. I'll find something here on the table. Here we go. The feeler gauges I couldn't find the last time. This time I stuck them on a magnet. That'll stop James laughing. Righto. I'll flick one of these out. Anyone? So if I'm going to do something with a feeler gauge, I know here I've got the remainders of a 30 thou from the destruction that Clarkey caused when he cut the end off of it to use it to shim the O-ring cutter off. But I know it's a 30 thou shim. Well, 25 it was, 25 thou shim. So we'll measure that. I can't see the screen. I'll do the right thing. I'll lock it off. I'll send it. Well, I think it's a 25. I'll send it.
All text deleted.
It says all text deleted. It's in millimeters, so
edit box 0.68, double tap to edit.
Yeah, 0.68. So now if I change, I think it's the second button along. I'll change that. I'll remeasure. I'll give that a wipe and that a wipe because we're talking in thou here. Lock that off again. That's just pinching them. Resend it.
All text deleted.
All text deleted, so now I can touch the screen.
Edit box 0.0255, double tap to edit.
0.0255. 0.0250. That is 25 thou. So there you go. I've just done a 25 thou measurement, so that means I'd then select that feeler gauge and carry on with that. So whatever it may be, I could, for instance, want to do a depth in the block over here. I might just be out of shot where I am, but I will be back. I'll drop that in, get the depth, lock him off, send that.
All text deleted.
All text deleted, and it'll
all
tell
text
me.
Deleted. Edit box 3.1530, double tap to edit.
So around 3.1 inches deep. So you can change it back again to metric there. I think 2 presses of that from memory, although that'll probably zero it. But you get the general idea. So by a little bit of thought and out of necessity, I had to work out a way that I was going to get back onto it. You can't just walk into an engineering shop and say, yeah, I'm blind, I like a set of talking calipers. They don't make them. What they do make, and again, I don't remember where I sat this on the table, they make a digital multimeter. It's a clamp meter. Really good unit. Also has its own app. Once there's an app on a phone, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, you can then use the screen readers, which
edit box 3.1530, double tap to edit.
Most people, or all people with vision impairment or blindness, use that. So that connects to the phone, then it speaks. If I connect it to an iPad, I can just make out the sizing. Here we go. This is the one I was after. This is actually a talking tape measure.
Total in memory is 6 millimeters.
So I reckon it's got 6 mil in memory. I'm not sure why. So if we measure across here, when you stop,
449 millimeters.
449 mil. This is a great tool. When it's working, it seems to be very dependent on the heat.
448 millimeters.
Yeah, so that's for just a general tape measurement. So that's how I do that, fella.
0 millimeters.
I also have spent a lot of money. When I say a lot of money, all the measuring equipment I've had to buy is just on $10,000
Turning
now.
off in 5 seconds.
He's going to sleep. This is again digital set of micrometers. Getting confused then, going to say caliper. Micrometer, digital micrometer, also transmits in Wi-Fi through the same keyboard app. They're made with made to transfer Wi-Fi, and they go to most of your CNC milling machines, CNC machines. That's the interface that they've got. So I was able to work out that setting up a keyboard app, it worked for both things. So I've got my full selection of micrometers bought there, which I've been using for doing my blueprinting. The standard, which is not digital nor is it anything special, but the internal mics, the telescopic mics, just they're spring loaded, drop them into the ball, lock them off, again measure them with the calipers. So whatever that may be set to now, we could do again another dummy setup. This is always a bit of a trick for me to make sure I'm in the right spot, getting stuff square. I work with benches. Once I get it to bite on there, I usually would lay it on the edge of a bench, square him up nicely, and then send him to the telephone.
All text deleted.
All text deleted. Touch the screen.
Keyboard displayed. Alert 0.0.
So we just open the keyboard there
Done
for
button.
no reason.
Done button. Done button.
Done button,
Keyboard
that's
hidden.
supposed to be saying.
Edit box double tap to edit. Keyboard displayed. Alert 0. Done button.
Done.
Keyboard hidden.
So that's how it's done anyway. So I use telescopic mics like any other engine builder do. Would, I should say. Use feeler gauge the same. I just got to use the base back to that. If I'm doing a precise measurement and I just connect the Wi-Fi up to each whatever tool I'm using on the time. At the moment I've just connected to that. Like I said, multimeter does the same thing, all connects back to that phone interface, which makes it unreal. I've bought the Milwaukee tension wrench, torque wrench. Make sure it doesn't do a backflip off the table there. It has also got its own app. It's also got haptic feedback, meaning it vibrates, and I can actually see the lights when it's at the right torque setting. I think I've got to press an OK button in the center here. Yeah, there we go. Turn it off. Turn it back on. You may see on the camera there, you'll see it flash the bright LEDs, or maybe not. I think maybe once I do this. Either way, it's not going to do it now, but it's got a set of bright LEDs and it flashes the LEDs up when it's at the torque settings. This is one of the ones which pull down to the torque that you want. Stops about, if you add 100 pounds, you stop at about 80 pound before and just do the last one by hand. It also has an app. I love Milwaukee for that because the app, we must turn that off. The app is, again, absolutely useful to me because of the ability for the screen reader to read it. So pretty much anything that's Bluetooth or Wi-Fi is vision impaired or blind friendly. It took me a little while to work that side of things out, that it only had to be Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So that's that for the measuring side of things. Same as drill bits and that. I've worked out different mechanisms or way of doing it. It's cumbersome, it's hard, it's frustrating, but it's how life is for me now. This little fella here, it's a bit of a bonus, I'll show you. This is probably the reason I won't bump into you at a car show or something. It's actually an Echosonic locator. Pretty much I describe it as a set of Hyundai parking sensors out of a bumper bar, 2 of them, sends out, comes back, the standard echolocation setup. I'll turn it on. It's beeping because I've got it plugged into a Bluetooth speaker. It doesn't beep as a rule unless I've got headphones or something on to do that, which I don't use. It vibrates, again, haptic. So that's telling me the block is, I'll do it with my hand. As I bring my hand forward, it tells me that that's that 600 millimeters. So I know I'm within 600 millimeters of an obstacle. The closer you get, the faster the tone. So the way you use it is you just scan around. If it makes a noise, when you're getting close out, making a noise, you scan to another spot. You just got to make it stop vibrating. So if I'm in a crowd, I just scan backwards and forwards, someone there, obstacle, obstacle, no obstacle, walk forward. If it beeps again, another obstacle. Magic setup. I don't use a white cane. I rely on this electronic invisible cane. Absolutely great invention. That's how I have it in my hand. Most people wouldn't even know I've got it. You'd probably pass me like at Rocky Nats or at a car show and never know that I've got it in my hand, but that's what I'm doing. I'm constantly scanning so I don't rear end someone. Could end up in a lawsuit with someone's husband. So being blind, it hampered me enormously. Put me in a big tailspin, massive depression and all that goes with that. Dark cloud come over the whole, why should I be worried about doing this? By getting in and building the HZ, I learnt the fact that I could achieve stuff again, still. And I've just bit by bit and day by day, I just learn more about myself and ways to get around the obstacles that are placed in front of me. So that's a quick rundown, trying to keep this one a little bit short today, probably going a bit longer than I should have, but that's how I am able to measure stuff blind. Thank you again.